28 days. That's how long one of the most consequential military conflicts since World War II has been raging, and most of the world still doesn't fully understand what is happening, why it started, or where it is headed. This is not a proxy skirmish. This is not a limited airstrike. This is an open, declared war between the United States, Israel, and Iran, and it is reshaping the entire global order in real time. It began on February 28, 2026, when the United States and Israel launched a surprise joint attack on Iran, even while nuclear negotiations were still underway. The timing stunned the world. Diplomats had reported progress. Iran had signaled it was willing to make concessions. Then, without warning, the bombs fell. The very first strike killed Ali Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader, along with other senior officials and civilians. In a single moment, the Islamic Republic lost its top commander. The shockwaves from that decision are still being felt today. Iran's response was immediate and massive. Tehran launched hundreds of drones and ballistic missiles at targets in Israel and at U.S. military bases across Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and beyond. The Strait of Hormuz, the choke point through which roughly 20% of the world's oil flows, was closed. Approximately 2,000 vessels and 20,000 seafarers became stranded, creating severe logistical and humanitarian challenges. The scale of the destruction on both sides is staggering. As of today, more than 1,137 people have been killed in Iran by U.S. and Israeli strikes, with over 24,800 injured, including around 4,000 women and more than 1,600 children. On the other side, the U.S. military has confirmed 13 fatalities from Iranian attacks, and at least 25 people have been killed in Gulf states hit by Iranian missiles. The weapons being used are extraordinary. The U.S. has deployed Tomahawk cruise missiles from Navy destroyers in the Arabian Sea, MQ-9 Reaper drones, F-35 aircraft, and even the Precision Strike Missile, the PRSM, used in combat for the very first time. Iran has responded with wave after wave of ballistic missiles and drones. By the 10th day of the war, Iranian missile and drone attacks had dropped by more than 90%, a reduction credited to effective suppression of Iranian launch infrastructure by U.S. and Israeli operations. But Iran has not stopped. It has adapted. Just recently, Israel struck a uranium processing facility in the Iranian city of Yazd. Iran's Atomic Energy Organization confirmed the strike, saying there were no casualties and no radiation leaks, but the escalation was unmistakable. Iran's foreign minister warned his country would exact a heavy price, noting that Israeli strikes had hit two of Iran's largest steel factories, a power plant, and civilian nuclear sites. And the conflict is spreading. Hezbollah has fired more than 3,500 missiles and drones at Israel since March 2nd, drawing Lebanon deep into the war. Lebanon's health ministry reports over 1,072 people killed and nearly 3,000 wounded since fighting escalated. Now here is what makes this moment so delicate. U.S. President Donald Trump has delayed planned attacks on Iran's energy infrastructure by 10 days, saying peace talks are going well. Iran, however, calls the U.S. proposal one-sided and unfair. Pakistan is relaying messages between Washington and Tehran, with Turkey and Egypt also supporting mediation efforts. But Israel is not waiting. Israel's defense minister has said there will be no let-up in attacks on Iran, regardless of U.S. diplomatic claims. This is the fundamental tension at the heart of this war. The United States wants a deal, Israel wants elimination, and Iran says it will resist until its last breath. More than 1,100 people have now been killed in U.S. and Israeli attacks since February 28th. The IRGC commander has warned that the equation will no longer be an eye for an eye. Energy markets are in chaos, oil prices are climbing, shipping lanes are disrupted, and governments around the world are quietly preparing for scenarios they hoped they would never have to face. The world is watching, diplomats are scrambling. And somewhere in the fog of this war, the question everyone is really asking is this: where does it end? Who blinks first? And at what cost to the rest of